Good morning, folks. Today's spreading is going to be some Cotton Burr Compost with the Wakefield Biochar. I'm going to go get that bag here in a moment. I wanted to share this as I was opening the bag and breaking it up. There's a bit of biochar in this mix, and you can tell by the mycelium growing through a lot of this as I'm breaking up very large chunks. So I found this. This is Cotton Burr mix stuff in it. Deep black. That's biochar. That's chunks of biochar clumped together with the plant materials. So I'm gonna be going to get my Wakefield. I'm gonna mix that up as well. But for now, I'm breaking this up because I want it to dry out so I can put it in my spreader. Okay. And my spreader is going to be set at a setting that is going to spread that evenly. I'm going to turn it down some so the particles spread more evenly. There's even more chunks of this stuff in here. Deep black. That's chunks of char rolling through it. Yep. So anyway, I just want to share that with you. I'll be clipping this, or splicing this clip together with the rest of the process here. So see you guys in a bit. Good afternoon, folks. I'm trying to multitask. Cooking supper, looking good. Gotta do some flipping here in a second. Just want to share this with you. A little tidbit. First of all, I need 1 gallon. I need a 1 gallon bag of this stuff. I don't have it. I buy in semi-bulk. This is 1 square foot or 1 cubic foot. Okay. So I'm filling up the previous bag inside a 1 gallon or number 1 pot. Okay. That's equivalent to what you're going to get in the bag. Now, a little tidbit about pots. Okay. That is not 1 gallon of water. Okay, that is a number 1 pot. Whoever started this whole social programming of saying that's a 1 gallon pot, that's retarded. Okay, this is literally 20 gallon tote. Literally 20 gallon fluid ounces, or 20, not ounces, fluid gallons. Okay, a number 1 pot is not 1 gallon. Okay, you could visibly see that. Now, I needed a container to hold this stuff in, and that pot's got holes in it. Okay, so your tidbit is 1, the pots. Okay, and 2, use your previous bag in order to make a little catchment to measure out your 1 gallon. That's going to say 1 gallon on the bag. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. It's not actually 1 gallon, it's a number 1 pot, and they should just put that on the bag. Okay, so I'm going to put this down for a second. I'm going to open that new bag. This is the last of the previous bag. I need just a little bit more. Okay, all right, I filled her up. Got a nice little mound here. I don't care, it's a little excess, but what I really wanted to see, there we go, you can see it. Okay, all that little speckling, that's mycorrhiza. Okay, that's going to really thrive in what we're about to do. All right, so 1 gallon of compost biochar with mycorrhiza. Okay, that's Wakefield brand. You like my little makeshift table? Use what you got, right? Real people in their real backyard. Let's flip real quick. We got to multitask. Yeah, dog bones are ready. Yeah, that's done. Woo. It's 100 degrees and the grill is like 400. It's gotta come off. Have to go and get a plate here in a minute. All right, back to what we're doing. Real people in the real backyard multitasking. And one-handed. Okay. That's it. Okay. And I think I want to add just a little bit more. Okay. Because the plastic might have been wrinkled at the bottom, I wasn't really paying attention. And it's not going to hurt. This is going to be a top dressing for the chips. Now, before I get to mixing, another little tidbit. Always take your biochar with mycorrhiza back to a shaded, cool area. Put that on the shelf later. That's good stuff. If you buy anything that says Canadian stagnant peat moss, you're getting the shit from the ground. Sticks and twigs and everything. That's straight peat moss. Okay. Excuse the garage, it's a mess. We're just gonna simply mix that up. Okay, you get the drift. I'll be back in a second. All right, so apparently I put my phone down and it started recording by itself. Went ahead and mixed that in thoroughly. It's a little bit darker now. I'm gonna keep it in the shade while I'm working on the grill. I do not want the UVs striking down on my mycorrhiza. The sun is the biggest, most powerful UV light, ultraviolet, in our solar system, okay? It will kill bacteria, fungi, and viral particles on contact. So when Trump said go out and get some fucking sunlight, he wasn't kidding. It will kill everything. All right? By the way, Trump said that during the COVID time period while he was in office, and he wasn't lying. He just wasn't allowed to say certain things at certain times because they were trying to catch these bastards. Time to rotate. Okay. Dog stuff. Gotta feed my puppies. And me and Mama will have a couple burgers each. So when I get done cooking, I'm gonna go and put this in the seed spreader. Oh, fucking flies. Put it in the seed spreader. I'm gonna run it through the garden area only on the chips. Just like I did. Oh, holes in the ground. Just like I did for the bug and ant killer. But this time I'm gonna try to take my time and make sure it doesn't go too far into the garden plot area or any of the beds, period. It's not gonna hurt it. It's just, I don't want that much mycorrhiza in my beds. I already got a shit ton in there. And at times it gets pretty spongy when it starts growing real thick. That's a clue as to what's about to happen here. Okay? All in here. So we'll get back to it after supper. Good evening, folks. And it's shaky as hell. My seed spreader didn't work the way I wanted it because it was still a little too moist. So I took a little starter cup and just shook it like I did for the bug killer. So I did it pretty heavy over here, lighter to the left. But as you can see, it looks like there's brown and mixed in here. So I just shook it on. The wind will do the rest. Kind of spread it out like that. And basically, after a little while, it'll work its way in. And tomorrow, I'll soak it in. Damn, flies. I can't even fucking get through here without fucking getting buzzed in the face. It's worse when it's in your eyeballs. You can't see. They're right in your eyeballs and you can't fucking see it move forward. Dang. I gotta go to the feed store and get some fly and mosquito catch bins. They're like big totes with their nasty gel shit in it, and it attracts it. I'm gonna hang one up in the tree, maybe one over here above my window, just so and keep the flies and mosquitoes away from our entry point, the garage, and the back door, the kitchen. My window would be fine. I don't open that thing anyway. I gotta use that tiered somehow. I don't know yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. So, what was in the wheelbarrow today? Well, we had maybe a couple handfuls worth of that bug, ant, and weed killer. Not much. And I had a whole bag of that Cotton Burr Compost. Let that dry out all day. It took all day. But once it got super hot, it wasn't no time before it was dry. But it still didn't dry out exactly what I wanted it. It's okay. It's okay though. It's perfectly fine. From the camera view, it looks like I stirred up the chips again. Looks moist, but it's not. I could have put a little bit more in here. I could have. But this part is really compacted, and I have been watering this part more. So I have no doubt there's mycelium up in there because it's so hard. I really ain't worried about it too much. I just get a little extra up in here. And you may not be able to see it, but it's everywhere. I'm just kicking the little piles that dropped out of the cup. You know what I'm saying? It'll work its way in there. From me walking, dogs running. Just wanted to share a little bit. So, the Cotton Burr Compost is advertised to break up. Of course, that thing's going to kick on as soon as I came out here to do this. Real people in the real backyards. So, anyway, the Cotton Burr Compost is advertised on the bag to break up clay. All right, it's because of the burrs of the plant material from the plant, or the cotton plant itself. Okay, combined with the compost biochar with mycorrhiza, or is it biochar compost with mycorrhiza? Anyway, and the chips, that has a little bit of mycelium in it anyway. This is going to turn into one giant mycelium pad. Okay, this is not a bad thing. It's actually a very, very, very beneficial thing. Okay, so the weed barrier is not going to guarantee the stoppage of bugs. Okay, this slows down weeds only. Okay, about 5-10 years that's going to be useless. But if I'm here that long, I'll have a pile of chips so deep you won't even see them boards no more. I'm going to build it up probably as big as the bed. Okay, maybe not. I'll probably try to get it back up to that level right there, the second bulge. But still, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be so much compacted in here that it's going to be soil in at least 2 years. Okay, next year, I guarantee you, we're going to dig up in the center of all 3 sections. Okay, we'll do a dig this time next year. I'll try to put that in my phone calendar. I'm setting reminders on my phone calendar for videos. Yes, so we'll dig somewhere in there, in the center there. I would say about right here. And then, for shits and giggles, right there. Okay? We'll just dig down the bottom and see what we see. We don't have to literally dig everything up and mess up the entire garden. But we could take a peek as to what is down there. Okay? Yeah, I'm pretty exhausted. I'm gonna kick off the shoes and step into the pool to check on the puppies. They're eating. Other than that, a super hot day. Gave Mom a plum today. She loved it. And I think this one will be ready in the morning. Well, it's feeling like it's wanting to come off now. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. That looks so pretty and perfect. Anyway, just love sharing, y'all. Just love sharing. So, weed barrier retaining wall. This is giving a more secure wall for the chips so they don't fall through, plus giving that wall effect. Air and water can still go through here, okay? So don't think I'm just making an anaerobic pile of mess, all right? Air and water can pass through, just like on the top, okay? Air is passing through the top of this at all times. Water can pass straight through the weed barrier, and with the wind and the plants, it's getting circulation along with the bugs and the worms, okay? What I just did was bait some worms and potato bugs, all right? I just baited them. This is going to create mycelium. Did you know that crustaceans, potato bugs, okay, they like the mycelium? And I don't know about the worms, but they dig through mycelium like it ain't nothing, okay? Now, for those that don't know what mycelium is, it's the white stuff that mushrooms is made of, okay? That is the white stuff that the mushroom head pins out and grows out of the mycelium stalk, okay? Mycelium is white because that's its color, all right? And you can recognize it throughout your garden, throughout many different things, all right? Mycelium will grow through the roots of your plants and trees, and that's not a bad thing. It becomes a symbiotic entity or symbiosis, okay? The symbiosis between the two is the mycelium sucks in nutrients it needs and then excretes or shits and pisses out the things it doesn't need but the tree does need. This also extends the roots of the trees and plants so that you have a symbiotic root system and a hardwood root system that could stretch from there, from this plum tree, or all three plum trees because they're in the bed, which could potentially reach, I'm gonna zoom, just hold on, my neighbor's plum tree right there that has never fruited. I'm gonna try and get his plum tree to fruit. It'll probably have to be next year, next season. From what I can see, it's overgrown. It's never really been pollinated correctly, and it needs a new open center trim to it, okay? Now my point being is that if this was on the ground and I was supplying this whole mat of chips with enough micronutrients, biochar, fish fertilizer, you name it, that mycelium pad would grow to be 1 foot thick and start growing straight down into the ground, and it will spread in all directions, okay? Up on the mountainside in Washington State, there's a 10-acre plot that I turned into a permaculture paradise that some friends are taking care of, and one's camping on there permanently. That entire hillside is one giant mycelium pad. No matter where you walk, it's a little soft. That's a good thing. Imagine this entire yard mycelium. You wouldn't have any ants. You wouldn't. It wouldn't be this hard, tough clay shit. It wouldn't. It would be soft and loomy. And that's the whole point of what I'm doing, okay? I'm creating my soil, And it's going to be a composted soil that I add stuff to later down the road. All right. Other than that, that's all I got to share today. I'm hot. My puppy looks like she's hot. Where's Big Puppy? Is she still in the garage eating? Must be. All right. Well, I gotta go check on the puppies. Go check on Mama. Thanks, y'all. Have a great day.